Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to my channel, Soul Journey. My name is Beck, and today we have a tarot unboxing. I can't even remember the last time I've done a tarot unboxing. It's been a little while. I've really been working with the decks I have, but now there's just so many coming out that I'm just like, I can't help myself. So today, I'm unboxing a deck that when I first saw it, and I even flipped through it very briefly at a shop, I wasn't feeling this deck. It drew me in, but then I was like, I don't know, I just didn't enjoy it. And then I saw another tarot review person reviewing it and saying they just really loved it. And I was like, okay. And then I actually really flipped through it at a shop again, and I was just like, whoa, this deck is so much more awesome than I ever realized. So I had kind of already anti-hauled this deck, and then I couldn't get it out of my mind. I saw it on my birthday, and I didn't end up picking it up that day, but it literally just would not leave my mind. So I picked it up, and that is the Tarot of Mystical Moments, and I'm really excited to work with this deck. Like I said, I can't get it out of my mind. It is super unique, and I'm really excited to share it with you guys. So yeah, I literally for the last week or two, this went from being not on my list to the top of my list, and I was like, when you need a deck. So let's see. So this is the box, and it's not quite matte, but it's not quite shiny either. Such a unique deck. And this is by Katrin Wells Stein. Katrine Wells Stein. I'm probably butchering that. And it looks like they may have done the art and the book here, because there's only the one name. Let's see. So I got this deck for, I think, around, $26 US. I believe you can purchase it for a little less on Amazon. But yeah, I actually got this from a shop. So it says, popular inspirational artist Katrine Wells Stein has created a magical tarot deck in her signature collage style with lush images drawn from her intuition and imagination. This unique 83 card deck, there are some extra cards, so I'll show you those, with a distinctively feminine point of view, include 5 bonus cards, extra female version of the 4 Kings and the Emperor. Readers can customize the deck by choosing which cards to include in their reading. I love that. So it's not actually extra cards, it's different ones to choose from. Tarot of Mystical Moments features gilded edge cards and a 96-page guidebook with upright and reversed meanings. This is from US Game Systems, and I believe it came out fairly recently in 2020. So let's get into it. So inside the box is very beautiful box. This is what it looks like. Here's the book in the front. You can see it's all decorated out here. Oh, and this is the back of the box, by the way. All right, and that's the inside of the box there. Set that off to the side. Okay, so let's take a look at the book first. So it's a nice little book. All right, let's see. What have we got here in the book? We have an introduction. Oh, okay. And it literally gets right into the major arcana. No spreads or anything. I wonder if there will be spreads in the back. Oh yeah, okay. So in the back, there is a very small spreads reading with the Tarot of Mystical Moments. Okay. Female King of Pentacles. Oh, interesting. Okay, so for the ones where they have a female version of the card, they actually have a description for the original and the female one. So that's kind of interesting. Okay, and I think that's just because they have a different description. Okay, yeah, but the meanings are the same. All right, and it looks like for each card, you have about 1 page kind of describing the card and then the meaning upright and reversed. And it looks like even the minor arcana have the same amount of descriptions, so that's really nice. Okay, and so it is wrapped in plastic. Not my favorite, but it is what it is. I prefer when it's just like, I didn't bring a scissor with me. I like when it's usually just like a paper wrapped around it. Let me see. Am I gonna, oh, got it. All right, so this is cool. This is gilded. This is like, a lot of mass market decks don't have that, so that's kind of nice that they did that. Okay, so on top of here, they have Tarot of Mystical Moments. Okay, so on here, this is basically just what it says on the back of the box. So, okay, so first let's get into cardstock, and then we will get into looking. The cardstock is okay. It's really shiny. That's one of the few things that kind of like put me off about it. I'm not a huge fan of super shiny, like slippery cards. I prefer matte. I think a lot of us do. But I think it works for this deck. Like, it's very like, I don't know. I think if there was going to be like a shiny cardstock that was going to work for deck, I think it's like one of these. I don't really like it as much because it's also hard to take pictures of. That might not be important to some people, but for me, since I post a lot on social media, like readings and things like that, you know, it's nice to have good pictures. But anyway, small thing. It's fairly good. It's a little flimsy. It's okay. It's not like the delicious cardstock we've all come to love. That's the back. But I'm just really excited about the images, really. So let's get into it. So we have the Fool. Got this dragon down here. Definitely very abstract. The person who reviewed it was saying that they really felt they could like journey with each card. And as I was looking through it at the shop, I really did get that idea, but it is very abstract. So I'm interested to see how this deck reads. High Priestess. Oh wow, that's really interesting. It'll be interesting to see how these shuffle because they're very slippery. The Empress, you see the baby in there? Very unique. All right, so here is the Emperor. This is the male Emperor. I actually think I prefer this one, but they're both cool. And so I guess I didn't realize this was female, but I guess this is the female Emperor. So it's interesting. So kind of depending on what feels good to you. And I'm sure some people mix them all in, to be honest, if you want more of that energy. I really like this, the Hierophant with the owl. The Lovers. The Chariot. And they're definitely a bit bigger than like a normal tarot deck. Let me see if I can. So this would be like, this is the Muse Tarot. So they're definitely a little bigger than your average tarot too. So it's shaped a little different. So, you know, that's important to, you know as well. Strength. Let me know down below. Sometimes when I rewatch these videos back, I feel like I don't show the cards long enough. Let me know if you'd like me to like show the cards longer. That was Strength. The Hermit. It's weird. It's like I'm really excited to work with this deck, but for some reason I just get such mixed feelings about it. It's so weird. Like, first time I looked at it, I was like, eh. And then I looked at it again the other day and I was like, oh my gosh. And now I'm looking at this again and I'm like, this is gonna be interesting. I'm curious to work with this deck on my own. I actually feel like I'm probably gonna work with it like on my own before I use it with clients. The Hangman, usually that doesn't bother me. I'll start using a deck with clients right off, but I feel like I really want to, that is a really beautiful card. Really want to get to know this deck. Ooh, wow. That is a beautiful card. Wow. This art is really gorgeous. And it's very different. I actually think this will go really nicely with my Vintage Wisdom Oracle, which I use often in my general reading. I use it in every general reading. Which has this kind of similar vibe to it, but I've never had a deck that really goes with it. So I really feel, oh, that's interesting. I think they'd actually go really well together, which is interesting. The star. And yeah, comment down below. Have you worked with this deck before? Is this a deck that has intrigued you? Is this like not your thing at all? Ooh, that's pretty. It's definitely an elegant deck. I love it. And it's definitely a deck, not like, I don't have anything really aside from, like I said, the Vintage Wisdom Oracle, which is an oracle, which I don't even use outside of my general readings. I literally only use the keywords for it. I don't even know where the book is. I literally use it for a very specific tool in my readings, and that is it. All right, so we're now, that was the majors. But anyway, I only use it for very specific things, so I don't really have any decks that are like this. So I'm excited. All right, so now we have the Ace of Wands. That's interesting. I really like this Four of Wands card. It's yummy. Oh, interesting. Five of Wands. I do get what they mean when they say you can really like journey into these stories. I feel like there's a lot of depth, which is why I want to work on it, like work with it first, because I want to like, I don't know, I feel like I'm going to learn a lot from this deck, and it's going to give me some like interesting perspective. But what's cool is I actually feel like maybe not quite beginner, but I feel like you could, like the meanings of the cards are still pretty obvious. I don't feel like some decks, you know, they're just so abstract that it's hard to even like really see why they chose certain images, but I actually feel like you could really still learn. And I didn't dive into the book, but just like the little bit I read, looks like the meanings could be very easily learned from this deck. So, ooh, Queen of Wands, so pretty. I love the Queen of Wands. She's awesome. Okay, so here's the king. So we have the masculine king and the feminine king. Ooh, I like both of those. See, I really do see the kings as masculine, so I'll have to sit with those. And I may choose some for some suits and, you know, different brothers. Okay, Ace of Cups. These really are just stunning. I love that. That's beautiful. I like how this like Two of Cups is like, it could be like partnership, twins, you know, twin flames, soulmate, but also being like your own soulmate. I think there's like some really cool layers with that one, because it kind of looks like they almost could have the same body, but they don't. So it's kind of cool. Three of Cups. It's a little more of a modern picture. I love the Suit of Cups. Usually it's like one of my favorites, followed by the Pentacles, maybe? Beautiful. Yeah, see, I still feel like the meanings of the cards really are obvious. Now, maybe it wouldn't be as obvious as someone who was just starting out, but for someone who understands the cards, I really feel like these really do line up with the Rider-Waite meanings. And so I'm really excited because I definitely resonate with the Rider-Waite system. It's what I've learned. I've not really worked with the Thoth. I do have a couple Thoth decks, but I do tend to steer away from them because I haven't learned that system. And honestly, I haven't really been drawn to learn the system. I feel like at some point I am going to, but I definitely have not had that draw yet. I really love like all of these. Oh, that's so cute. I love that. I really do. Ooh. Appreciate all of these cards. Like, I don't think there's been a card really that I've been like, eh. I also think, ooh, Queen of Cups. I also think this would really go well. I know it's another tarot deck, but it would really go well with the Chicoli Tarot. All right, so here's the masculine King of Cups and the feminine. All right, Ace of Swords. I would say often my least favorite suit is the swords for art and just like the meanings. Like they don't really resonate as much. They're super important, obviously, because they're a huge part of it. But oftentimes I'm not a huge fan of the art for the swords. These are really lovely though. Wow, that's really beautiful. And maybe that's just because I have like a resistance to the swords. There could be something there too. Like they feel harsh. I think there's kind of like a shadowy aspect to the swords. And maybe that's because it has to do with the mind. The ego, things of that sort. That's interesting. I feel like some of the cards definitely lean one way or the other. Like if there's cards with like where I have like dual meanings for them and I go intuitively, like some of these like really represent one of those. And so when I'm reading with this deck, I'll probably lean more towards one over the other. Oh, wow. Will be all intuitive. I feel like this would also be a really good shadow deck. So it'll be interesting to see how it reads, what comes up intuitively with it. And I did not see all of these when I went through the whole deck the other day because I wanted a little bit of a surprise because I knew I'm going to pick up this deck. So I really wanted to like be surprised. All right, and here's the masculine King of Swords. Wow, he's beautiful. He's very unique. King of Swords. Ooh, I like him. And King of Swords in the feminine. I have a feeling I'm going to lean towards using the masculine versions of these cards. We'll definitely see because the art of the feminine ones are really beautiful. Ace of Pentacles. I like that. I like how this is like it's been coming for a while and now you're just seeing the fruit of it. Like I feel like I like that. Like it's on its way. I really like the art for the feminine ones, so it'll be interesting to see. Even though I might resonate more with the masculine energy for those. That one's a little more abstract. It'll be interesting to see how well the gilded edges, beautiful, last on this. That's the only thing about gilded edges is they're super pretty, but they don't often last very long. Seven of Pentacles. Oh, that's interesting. The colors in this deck are just stunning. Ooh, I love this. I would hang some of this art on my wall. It's gorgeous. I wonder if they have it for sale on their website at all. I would think they would. All right, Page of Pentacles. Ooh, that's really unique. Beautiful. All right, and here's the masculine King of Pentacles. That's really interesting. And the feminine. Well, I'll definitely say I really love this deck. I think it's really beautiful. It looks like it's very easy to get fingerprints on this because of the slippery. Let's pull a card. To see the type of energy that's coming from this deck. What is the message that this deck wants to offer the collective who received this deck? Let's see. That's a good question. What is the type of energy this deck give it a little cleansy cleanse. All right, there we go. All right, we want to ask this deck, what is the type of energy? I just mixed in all the kings. I'll have to go find them. What is the energy? Ooh. The energy this deck wants to give the collective as like in general is the High Priestess. Ooh, so intuition, diving deep into maybe the unseen pieces, mysteries, tarot of mystical moments. All right, so I want to just give you an idea of what the card has for the descriptions. All right, the High Priestess is standing between a pair of red curtains protecting the entrance to a mysterious blue sky. She's the guardian of the unconscious mind and knows the secret to accessing those areas of sacred wisdom. She urges you to listen to and trust your inner voice, which is represented by the blue shell near her throat chakra. Oh, I love like the depth of this. Look at that. I can't read and hold this up at the same time. Explore the unknown hidden places. The ship in the dark waves shows you the depth of your intuition that guides you on your journey of self-knowledge and understanding. Love that. These descriptions are fabulous. Upright meaning, sacred wisdom, potential, intuition, unconscious knowing, awareness. Reversed meaning, concealed secrets, denying potential, overly rational. Okay, so I do feel like this, specifically with this book, could be really good for beginners, which is kind of interesting because this deck is very unique. And at first I was thinking maybe this is a little too abstract for a beginner, but I actually think this might be really good, especially paired with this book. But even looking at the art itself, I see the similarities when it comes to the traditional Rider-Waite. And if you're really into your intuition and diving in and saying, okay, what does this mean to me? Which is a very important part of tarot. You know, you can learn all the cards and that's like a really important part, but I always think of tarot as half is knowing the meanings and half is saying, what is this card specifically in this deck speaking to my intuition? What pieces of them am I noticing? Okay, what is the voice of this deck and what am I tapping into with it? So it's half intuition, half knowing the meanings and kind of marrying those two and giving that. And sometimes the cards will, you know, come out of left field and it will be something so different. But like, in my opinion, with my readings, that intuition can oftentimes even override the meaning of the card if you're really in the flow. So I am really excited about this deck, specifically since that's the first card that came out. Oh, I'm very excited to work with this. So yeah, comment down below. Is this a deck that intrigues you? Do you have this deck? Have you worked with it? Let me know your experience with it. Yeah, and if you would like a personal reading with me, I do have readings and channelings available in my shop down in the description below. I'm sure I will be using this deck at some point, so we'll see that, and I'm sure you'll see it on my social media as well, on my TikTok and my Instagram, because I do regular readings on both of those different kinds of formats. So definitely check those out if you want to tap into spirit and get more of that daily dose of spirit connection. And all the rest of my other social media are down below as well. Also, if you like my tarot reviews, I do have my tarot wish list down below. So if you have a deck that you're interested in me reviewing or whatever, I do have that list as well, so you can check that out. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I really enjoyed this. I love doing deck reviews, so definitely hope to be doing more of those in the future. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. You are such a blessing. Yeah, many blessings. Namaste. And don't forget, it is all about the soul journey.